Hot, tired, but
Why?
good. But good.
Summer in Australia, what's to be hot about?
Yeah, nothing. It's lovely weather.
It was only 36 or something outside, I heard today.
It was. You wouldn't know. You're in your little air-conditioned princess office. I'm just jealous.
I won't tell you that a couple of times it got too cold in there and I had to turn the aircon off.
I figured that when I come back inside, the sweat's pouring out of me from running around everywhere, and I'm like, and he hasn't even got the aircon on there. Turn it on, you. Yeah.
I was like, it's getting too cold in here. I'm going to have to turn it up or turn it off for a while. Oh, the joys of being the king in the chamber of prison in the office.
Chained to the desk.
Yes.
Oh, Gaz Langley, how you going, Gaz? Hope you're all right, mate.
First in Langley. Normally you're like 3 hours late, Gaz. What happened?
Yeah, I missed it. What happened, mate? What'd you get?
Did I miss anything? Yeah, 3 hours later, we're just waiting for you to show up, Gaz. All right, mate?
Yeah, lucky you're on time. You must have got early, mate.
Front row. I'm
Got
going to
early, mate.
keep the chat under control tonight, Daz.
That'd be good.
I'm going to watch it.
That'd be awesome, mate.
Rolling right on by it.
It would be nice. Be the first for you to do that.
A world first. Mr. Venom stuff as always from YouTube. Good luck tonight.
Mitch, how you going, bud? Yeah, he's always on time. Yes. Just your watch is wrong.
Yeah, sorry. We're too early to cut the eggs.
Yeah.
Gaz is on time. I get it.
Yeah. He's always on time. Everyone else is incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
Gaz.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Buzzy Tits. How you going, Troy?
The gangster himself.
He's
Hello,
here.
mate.
Yes. How you going?
Nice clutch from Mr. Busatil this week with his Sunflow hit, double hit.
Double hit. Very good.
Hit.
Nice
I've got
clutch.
a question for Troy. I'll ask him later, though.
Save it till later. Yeah, right.
I will.
Mr. Buzz Williams, what's cracking? Old boys. Dave, please refer that to Brent.
Am I going great?
Yes, you're greater than me.
Yep. And younger than you.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
Yeah, that sucks.
Pristine. That's why, mate. Mm.
Yeah, I reckon. Just a few, not great clutches, mate, to be honest. There's a really bad moonglow clutch, which half the stuff's come out. There's nothing white in there. I think there's an Yeah, that's it. Yes. Wild Type World. I've got a clutch that I figured if I'm going to get odds to myself, then if I do it albino to albino, I should get albinos.
So, and you do it a wild type?
Probably. I think there's one or two that are pipped. Some of these are pipped. Some have come out. There's a head-to-head granite Mac clutch. So they're pipped and break their heads out.
Very nice.
And the last one, and the last one's another double het pepper albino clutch. So there's a few each in there. So hopefully
you better get busy cracking cutting if we've got 400 eggs to cut.
First few are great clutches, they were kind of a bit messy. So I just thought, well, have a look, cut them and put them aside and do whatever. So I'd happily turn away and just start cutting eggs and stuff, but I'm scared you'll miss the chat, Brent.
Oh, you said it once, dickhead. That's enough.
Oh,
go and cut some wild types, wanker.
It's only funny once.
It was funny before the show. Now it's not funny anymore. One time I ignore everyone in the chat. You're still crying about it. Sorry I missed everyone's comments last show and everyone said congrats, Daz, on all the wild types. Darren was missing all of that entertainment. He's still crying about it.
I like me wild types. There's no point. I like wild types.
Glenn Thomas, how are you, mate? I saw Glenn had a cracking clutch out today. I was stalking some of those hypo zebra jag twins that look like they are absolutely light as shit.
Yeah, and I saw that clutch actually. It looked like they were proved to be exantic as well, head exantic.
Yeah, and 3 twins in one clutch. That's crazy shit.
Three twins. Yeah, that was crazy. That's right.
Aurelia Mayhem. Hey, fellas. David Sands. G'day, mate. Always working. How's it going, lads? Good luck hitting the odds. Yes, Darren will need it as always.
Yep. I'm going to go. So, this guy's come out. He's not great, but got one little wildy.
Which clutch is this, Dave?
Yep. This is the moonglow clutch because he's out. So,
the one where you're supposed to get white snakes.
Yeah, apparently not.
All right.
So, yep, so I'm on a roll here. So
two browns.
Yep, 3 browns. We'll keep it rolling.
3 browns.
Like I said, it wasn't a great clutch.
Not a big number of eggs.
No, it was not a big number of eggs.
Disappointing. You need like clutches of 30 when you're trying to head those things.
Yeah, look, I was actually surprised she was actually going to even breed. So, you know, it's just like
brown. Sure, this wasn't Darwin to Darwin.
It looks like it, doesn't it? No, it was. They were, but you know, with everything that went on at the beginning of the year, she really didn't get enough food onto it to give her that condition for a decent clutch, like we often talk about.
Did you think it affects the outcomes of the morphs?
Yeah, well, not so much that, but the outcome of number of eggs for sure. In terms, she only laid, I think last year was like well into the 20s. So, and this year, like it was those few, I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. And the others were, there's a couple of slugs and just eggs that went off. They just weren't great eggs. So, it wasn't great. No, but that's the way.
So, is there more to cut in that clutch? Or?
No, that was it. There was just those 4. Those ones were all. Well, there was one in egg I thought was coloured, but I couldn't quite see. So we'll do this one.
Thanks for sharing.
Yep, I know.
Caleb, g'day, mate. Hey, lads. Hope all is well. Keen to see what pops out.
So these ones.
Mr. Galia. Hello, Dave.
So
what's happening is Dad's going to actually cut some eggs now and show us something.
Yeah. So this, I'll show you one's hatched out already.
Kylie, hey guys. Ben Pierce, evening guys.
Evening.
Oh, look out. Something with colour.
Yeah. It's already
albino.
Popped out. Yep. Albino.
World first?
No, it's not a het, mate.
Spewing. It's albino head albino.
Oh, dear.
Gaz
already.
It's starting early tonight. Gaz Langley, don't feel bad. Does out of 4 pepper clutches I've cut, I got 1 albino pepper. That's it. So that's a Whittaker special.
That is absolutely. Oh, wonder why things are blurry. I need the super duper goggles on. Oh, that's better. Now I can see.
So what's this clutch?
So this is the striped albino line I'm working on. So
albino to albino.
Yes, albino to albino. So the really nice pinstripe boy I have over one of his daughters.
Yes, this is the first generation of the real good ones back to the stripe.
So you might remember last year I cracked out. You've had a sneaky look at a few of the ones that I cracked last year.
Yep.
So I mean it's just a polygenic trait. So you know there might be something really nice in here. They might they'll all be nice, but some might be striped, some might not be. So we shall see. Some of the ones that came out last year are absolutely stunning, crazy stripes.
So cracking goes.
Yeah, they're all white with just a pinstripe down the back.
Very nice. Wayno Williams, g'day, mate.
Is that looking all right there on the screen?
Yeah, mate. Looks good. Actually got good light and your camera's actually widescreen tonight.
Yes, well, you know, tried a different technique. Heat coming out there.
Looking good.
Yeah. Not quite what I'm looking for. Still happy with the albino. You've got to be happy with the albino. Like, the way I beat the odds is just to go visual to visual.
Visual to visual, fix it. Still waiting on Gaz. Wayne Williams still waiting on his caramel double het pepper clutch. That must be close, mate. It feels like it's been forever. It's not even mine. Stuart Gamble, g'day, mate. How are you guys? Good luck. Merry Christmas to you both. Thank you, mate. And to you,
mate. Yep.
Albino. Much of a stripe on that. Hard to see.
Very hard to pick. It's kind of there, but it's not what I'm looking for. You can see that it's not really striped. You can kind of see through the back. It's just a little bit, but a bit of reduction of pattern on the side, but not quite. Unfortunately, the one I had that I could have shown as an example from last season, it moved. It's no longer here behind me. So I had a few. There was actually quite a few that hatched out last year, and they are looking very nice.
From the dark auntie or no?
The dark auntie. No, the pale uncle.
You got to watch the pale uncle.
So this one you might be able to see is kind of getting a little bit of stripes. I have this reduced pattern down the back, and I don't know if we can see straight through here.
Yes, very
not quite as defined as what I'm looking for. I'll have to check the mum because I kept all these first clutch.
Yep.
So the one I produced last
looking now.
Yeah, the clutch I produced last year was from the best striped girl. So these are I like these anyway. You hold them back and they because the dad's obviously quite bright white and quite bright yellow. Mugs. Obviously he's changed now because he's obviously older. So they all tend to lose their colour and fade a little bit as they get some age on them. At least we can see white ones.
Yes, main colour's always good.
Yeah, then we can flick back to the wildies.
Really a mayhem. Fingers crossed on the albino peppers. It's got some funky patterns on it, that thing.
Yeah, they do have some really nice patterning.
Dad had some crazy patterns on it. It was insane.
Yep, he's still floating along.
Mitch out of practice. What an easy start. Yes, mate, last week I didn't feel like monitoring the chat at all. If you just scroll to the bottom, it just stays there. It doesn't move. It's very easy then. Troy Bussettil, nice dig. Wasn't actually for you, Troy, but you can have it if you like. It's for a different Troy, funny enough. There's too many Troys.
Someone's on fire tonight.
Yeah, I started early. Sorry. I'll probably offend everyone tonight because
maybe we should have started this on at 8:30 then.
Yeah, probably should have. Daz messaged me after I just finished my first drink and said, "You want to do a show?" And I was like, "Yep, let's go."
It's kind of like a little bit more than that, but that's probably the polite way of putting it.
First bottle.
Yeah.
Watch a Wildie still managed to find its way in there. Mate, there was somebody messaged me about a Colin Ray T Plus to Colin Ray T Plus that had 5 wild types in it.
Wow.
Can't remember his name. Cool message. Crazy clutch, and he did the male to another T Plus, and all T Pluses, of course. So very, very interesting. I said the only thing I can think of, maybe it's a chimera paradox thing, and it looks like it's all T Plus, but it's actually breeding as a het.
Yeah.
It's a virgin female. No other males ever threw it. So interesting one. That's a good one for Travis or Nick Martin or somebody with lots of brains.
Yeah. So this is the. There we go. So some of these guys have come out. So just to keep on roll with things.
This is the spotteds, head granite to head granite.
Yeah. So just
the last ones. Adam Price said, "What breed were those last ones? Are they Darwin pythons?"
They're mixed blood albinos.
Mixed.
Yep. So just to keep in the go with wild types, we have to pull wild types. So we have to show wild types.
Wilds, they do happen, and they're not always a bad thing.
Well,
there's some strong little things that spotted. Hatchies always find they're super robust. Yep. Bigger than everything.
They're grunty little things. So that's those ones. And then in here.
Bulk attitude.
Yep. And we just got a little grenade, yay.
Oh, yes. That's very nice.
Just try to drawing out a little bit.
That's with a visual from head to head. Look out.
Look out. Come here, buddy. Just go that way for a second and settle. Calm your farm. These guys are trying. Where you going? Always one that wants to sneak you up with the grips. There we go.
Oh, Robert's
down there.
Wall. Ooh.
See there. There we go.
Such nice pattern, those things.
Yeah.
On the right, like when they're bigger, the shine they get in the sunlight is beautiful.
Yeah. It's actually quite light. He's a little bit darker in the lighting, but
looks good under the camera. Like your lights working well.
Yeah. So that's always a bonus. He's a good, strong, fat little fella. And there's one left in the egg here. One left in the egg. I will just have a...
Gaz Langley, is there any jungle in this line? Oh, look out, Gaz. Gaz decided to make a comment overseas group that landed him in a fun little exchange for a day. Got to be careful with those American groups there, Gaz. They trigger happy, if I'm allowed to say that without being offensive.
What?
I'll be in trouble for
starting a massacre.
Yeah, oh, shit.
Oh.
I didn't say those things.
And we got another one.
Oh, bingo.
There you go.
That looks nice and light. You get a few that really, really faint pattern on them are stunners.
Yeah. Well, that's why I put the where are we going? We're actually fixing the camera reverse issue. Yeah.
Oh, it's its head. I was going to say, well, what is that pattern? But it's all right. It's just the top of its head.
Yes. Have another drink. We'll be right.
No, nice and strong. Oh, I thought it was on the side of it. I was thinking, what is that, like, weird blanked out section?
Yeah. So that's cool. A couple of granites and
two visuals.
Yep. A couple of visuals.
Troy Bussertil, Eid. Troy said a bad word. He might be booted.
What did he say?
EAD. I'm not sure what that is, Darren. You might be able to interpret that.
I'm not sure. It's probably some weird thing, that homophobic people sort of maybe
thing or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Elizabeth Randall, guys, I'm at work again, listening in. Awesome.
Hey, Elizabeth.
Best thing to do at work, listen on in.
I'll fix you guys up in a minute. All right.
Brett Moy says you'll have more ants than Morelia this season, Daz.
Yeah, probably. All right. It's a big messy clutch. I see your message, Brett. I will get to it. It's been a bit hectic this week, so I'm just going to.
Yeah, Darren has to work now. It's terrible. That's a nice looking bunch.
That's a lovely bunch of coconuts.
What's this clutch?
A double hit pepper albino.
Oh, look out.
So
here we go with the 1 in 16 magic.
Go there. So we're going to start off in fashion. Ta-da! Wildy. Yeah, this one's already merged.
No caramel in this, just double hits.
Nope, no caramel. Just
no hypo, no caramel.
Yep. Well, first double hits.
Now you're starting trouble.
Well, if we went there first, just joining in. All right, so I'll just get rid of these ones that are sitting on the top because some of these will pop out.
Bring on the albino pepper, says Gaza.
Let's hope so.
Clear some of these wildies. Donna Bennett. Hi, Donna.
Donna.
Always around.
And one of those things that we always say people about crappy eggs and a bunch of good ones.
Hey, what's wrong with that one?
Yeah, that one's no good, mate.
You call him the Grinch?
That's the Grinch. Is that what you said?
Cut it open, yeah, and see what's in it.
Yeah, no.
Be a man. It won't smell.
Be a man. We might try and stuck together.
You gonna do a J Brewer? Just rip them open?
No.
Come on, mate.
So I don't know who's out of eggs. I'm gonna find The empty eggs. Let's have a look.
Samuel, g'day, mate. Evening, fellas. I was in your favour tonight, Daz. Well, 2 granites out of that last clutch was pretty good. That wasn't a big clutch.
No, it's just a 5. Wasn't a big clutch.
2 out of 5's a cracker.
Well, eggs are normally you get to hear, and the eggs are normally easy to separate, but they're not playing the game. Once I get a couple out, the rest should start to easily peel apart.
I'd hate for you to be doing surgery on me,
I would love to be doing surgery on you.
I know what surgery you would be planning as well. Those sausage fingers, very true, Troy. It's they're not really built for these small instruments that Daz tries to execute with.
No, they're not.
Just tear it like a man, mate. They're coming out anyway.
It's not that. It's the I don't want to spew albumin everywhere.
Oh,
there we go. This one was like a multi-lot. Now we should be right now. There we go.
Woo, look at that.
Oh, so first one was
Nice and leathery.
Attached in like 15 different spots. So there. Look. All right. There we go. Now we'll just get that one. We'll make a nice.
Now we're pumping.
Now we're pumping. Always getting the first one to just come off.
Only if you have Viva, it won't be a problem, says Gaza. He's very true. Very true. Oh my God. Oh my God. The converted has come on board. Well, that is... Oh, show me that paper towel. That's Viva underneath. I can see the swirly pattern. My God, I did not even notice you have converted.
No, it was just on special.
Yeah, it was tight ass Tuesday, and Darren got a 4-pack on special. Wow.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm here, but we'll just carry the. Oh, let me see. This is a funky one.
Funky, but still good. It's not gone all solid and dried up.
Yeah. Let's get that first one out. That's the one that's not there anymore. That's gone. This one's a bit slimy.
Oh my God, go away. Bloody pop-ups.
Pop-ups. Yeah. So Brink's just, typical as always. Maybe we should leave him off the screen for a while.
Hello.
I was trying to leave you away, but someone said bring you back.
This stupid pop-up pops up. I don't know what it is, Windows firewall or some shit. And it just cuts off the stream.
It just goes, no.
Says bye.
Bye.
It's cool. Wayno, come on, Wild Type King. Back to Pepper King. Let's go, Daz. Yes, man, with it's quite a bunch of eggs here. We'll be expecting something decent. Oh, there's the right colour.
Back in here. Yeah, right colour.
Wrong eyes.
Wrong eyes. That's another one.
Ryan Shepherd, g'day, mate.
All right.
You didn't miss much. Ryan does just spend an hour pulling apart a clutch here.
That's normally not the words you would use, Brent.
Still 7:58. It's PG rating time.
Not according to what you were saying before, but okay.
Well, it's early, so we'll try and be nice.
Be nice.
Wayno says, right colour, albino pepper on the way. My drink. I think that's meant to be, I think you might have had my drink already before the I think. Friend, have a drink after you know what it is. Wayno's drunk. It's only Tuesday, Wayno.
You're not alone, Wayno, apparently.
Nah, Tuesday's a great day.
Either it'll be Wednesday night and be your release night.
Sometimes I need help on a Tuesday to survive Wednesday.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's a tight one. There we go. All right, now we've made a hell of a mess.
You're going to clean that up because your OCDness won't allow mess on the paper under them?
Well, yeah. Fine. Right, I'll just start. We'll just put some paper towel there, right? Is that satisfactory?
That's beautiful. Adam, g'day, mate. Hi, guys. Just bought my first albino silver pepper. Congrats, mate. Awesome combo. Beautiful. Beautiful snakes made possible by the one and only Morelia by Design.
Yeah. All right. Let's go rummage through what we've got already picked. I think this was the white one, I think. You know if I'm in the right spot there yet. Oh, this one is.
Is this the albino that was out before?
I don't know.
Another?
Which one is this?
Show your eyes.
Yeah, that might have been the Albi one. There he is. It's just an albino there. If I can just get him a poke.
Normal eyes.
Little head up. So there we go. Look at the head pattern though. Look at that typical V shape that Murrays get.
That's very Murray, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very Murray.
Very, like, you can hardly see any pattern on the rest of it. That's what kind of you can see a bit of pattern down the side down here.
That's that stripe down the side, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Get some crazy colour too. You know, that's
Mm.
they're the ones that could be magic.
So alb. See what it's a bit wet over here. Let's see what this one is. Well, this might have been the one that had his head out. So that. There. There.
That a bit of striping on the side of that too.
Yeah, he is. Well, I don't know. His head was just here. I don't know where he's kind of just buried. There it is.
There he is. He's just got it tucked straight down.
Yeah. Let's get your head out, buddy. There we go.
Albino eye.
Yep.
Nice and light though. That's a very light
Mm.
pattern.
Yeah, some of these light, like some of the light ones, he's actually got like almost like a bandit stripe across his eyeball there. I don't know if you can quite see. But the one I posted up the other day, it's a real more yellow and white one as opposed to the oranges and reds that they can get.
Yep.
I actually like that contrasted colour on them. It's too
So
light.
much variation for something with no caramel in it.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely. Let's go this one. See what we've got.
Ryan Shepherd, 3-year-old, doesn't want to sleep, so watch this instead. Always good entertainment for the little ones. Darren will have to behave himself. He gets a bit in the gutter sometimes. Don't upset the 3-year-olds.
What are you talking about, Mr. Smith?
Ryan got his first clutch last Thursday. Congrats, mate. Always very cool, the firsts.
Yep.
The excitement and need for more never wears off, and the wait never gets any shorter.
Certainly doesn't. Oh. Can you see in there, Mr. Smith?
I see something little and red in the corner.
Oh, there it is.
Look out. Look out. Oh, hello. There we go. That's the magic. There's the 1 in 16. How many eggs did you end up with in this? It looked like it was probably 16.
I threw a few out because they'd already hatched. So there's a couple over there. There's, what's it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, maybe 20 or something.
Yeah, excellent clutch.
Something like that. So
And that's the one that we came for.
That's the one. Just getting to unback his head out from down there would be nice.
You saw your head and back straight up.
I know, they do that. They're like, wow, if only I was that good looking. And they hide in shame.
Can't compete with that.
Well, you know, no praise like self-praise. We know it's all a lie, but anyway.
Yes. There's the golden child. That's the one. Look at the head. Look at the head. That's like 3 crazy scrape lines down the head. It's like the V. The V's got a center line.
It's Wolverine. 3 claws, not 4.
Very cool. Very cool.
There we go.
Good work. Keep that for a look in a minute. Wayno, I've had a few drinks. Oh, you think, Wayno? It's definitely a great day. The missus does not like me at all. I reckon Miranda would flog you several times a week, Wayno.
I reckon if you're already in it, mate, then you just keep going.
Yeah, I don't know. Wayno,
Once you're in deep enough, added depth makes no difference.
No, Wayno's always in trouble. He's a naughty boy.
Naughty boy.
Progressive Pythons, Kurt? How are you, mate?
Right.
At least one, there's coloured one in there, yeah, mate. And now he's getting coloured ones with coloured eyes.
Now I'm going for back to the wildies.
Now, Wildy Central. Samuel, are these just Daz's clutches tonight? Or have I got something? No, I got nothing. Oh, there's a brown one.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool pattern on that one.
Very MD looking, isn't it, for a mixed blood?
Yep.
No black eyes. Lots of pattern, though. This can't be pepper. G'day, mate.
Yeah. Hello. I'm free. Oh. Fly and be free. All right.
Gary Langley, is it normal for an MD albino to turn like a proper lavender colour?
Well, albinos will often get a lavender colour in them.
It's tricolour.
Tricolour. Because Darwin's are only supposed to be 2-tone.
Go on, say it.
No, I have quite a few that get on lavender appearance. Depends on the line. You'll find the ones that, well, what I found is the ones that get bright, that kind of pinkish tinge will get really nice yellow and white as opposed to the red. See, now there's no probably look brown in you, but no caramel in this. But it's very
but that definitely is a lighter shade of dark.
Yeah, it does look darker than what it actually is. It's actually quite light, but that's just the Darwin influence I see in them. You know, you often get some very, very light ones. Easily get confused because these obviously the original pairing of this Brent, which would be a what sort of pairing? I made was pure albino Darwin and pure pepper MD.
Yep. Make the old double headies.
Yeah. Well, sticking to your wildies now.
Oh, yeah, back to the darker side.
The dark side.
Ryan Shepherd, even better when not expecting a clutch. As border as a 6-year-old jungle. Yeah, mate, even better. Those surprise clutches pop up sometimes.
Yep.
I used to bag out Daz for finding clutches.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Till last year I found a few. It was like, no prelay, or I missed it, and the cleaning lady found a few.
Yeah.
And it was phone calls, really.
It wasn't like, how can you, get a clutch that you weren't expecting? And then he did 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4.
I like the colour of this. I kept getting that phone call of, why is there eggs in this tub? Well, he said no more. And I'm like, I can't control nature. It's out of my hands. Oh, my goodness. I like the look of that little piece of pattern I saw. Ooh, that's magic.
I am liking the look at that.
Oh, there's magic.
Look, there he is. Hello.
2-shot. Wow. I love the pattern on that.
It's going to be nice.
That is beautiful.
Yep. See, pink.
Yeah, there's some pinky, lavendery, something. That egg skin's thick as it hides everything until they get a shed out.
Oh, I'm stoked. That's 2.
That's 2 Daz from 20.
My drought is broken.
1 in 16. I told you there would be a day where you smash it out of the park, and I mean, 2's not out of the park yet, but it's at least it's a base hit.
That's just 2 from this clutch.
Yes, there could be more.
Yeah, well, there was more clutches, more in other clutches. So, all right, I'm very happy. Right, back to Wildies.
Wayno says, that's the magic Daz. I knew you still had it in you, Mr.
Buddy. Thanks, Wayne. At least someone believed in me.
I believe in you. I was just patiently waiting for the day you'd actually perform.
Yeah, I'm back to underperforming once again.
Ooh, that's to be expected. 75% of them should be. Yeah. Nice.
All right, last one. I've got 2 more that are pipped. I'll do this one here.
Richard, g'day, Richard. What did you miss?
Sneaky in there.
Smashing. That's the right colour. It doesn't look like a lot of pattern. Daz is 2 albino peppers into this head-to-head clutch. Mr. Hudson.
Sorry, I was going to be cheeky and hide it from everyone, but I won't.
Tell me it's 3.
Right colour.
Oh,
it's very light though.
Colour. Yeah, that's almost blank on the sides, isn't it? That's a very cool albino. Even a head pattern on it.
Yeah.
It's almost obliterated. It's alive and well.
Yep. Yeah, buddy.
Nice album. You've done all right in the albino odds. It seems like there's a fair share in there.
3 albs so far. 3 albs, 2 alb peppers. No peppers yet. We got the last
straight pepper lacking.
Can't quite see what this one is.
Christopher Fletcher. How you doing? G'day, mate. How you going?
Yep. Right. Oh, we got another. Yeah. Oh, what's this one?
Adam says albino zebra pepper would be the goods. Yeah.
Oh, these are the ones I like to see. The nice dark.
The rich red.
Yep. The ruby reds.
The ruby red MD line.
Yep. This from the dark mummy.
You're out of control tonight. I thought it was going to be me, but it's you.
You encourage me. You're a bad influence. You're a naughty boy.
Just a bad leader.
I like these.
That's the contrast on that is what makes that epic.
Yeah, these will turn into nice dark coloured ones.
Yes, they will colour up fantastically. Very nice. There's a keeper.
Yep. I've got a lot of them.
A lot of albinos you kept back as posset peppers.
I do. It's going to be like a posset paradise next year.
Yes, 1 year you'll do 22 pairings just to prove them out.
What's this one? Another posset. I proved 1 this year, so that was nice. Let's do this manky thing because I don't think, these are the ones you used to love to call, Brent.
I do, mate. They are. I always find weird stuff comes out of ugly mongo-looking eggs.
I don't know if anything's kicking in here, but we'll cut it and we'll see. No, I don't think
it's just a wildie.
I don't think it's a goer. But we shall look and see. No, it's definitely
very dried up inside, isn't it?
Has not made the distance, that's for sure.
Egg sac very sticky.
Yep. Sadly,
it was a pepper.
No, I don't think so. No.
Oh, that eye looked black as, but it's very undeveloped.
Yeah.
Oh, well, as we know, the Murrays often come with the black eye, but that's definitely a wild type pattern.
Yep. So, one that didn't make it, sadly, but
a shame. His egg didn't look the greatest, but sometimes they produce the magic.
That one's side. All right, we'll try this one here. a bit poopy stinky.
And another one that had a bad neighbour.
Yep.
David Avery, g'day, mate. Been
David.
drinking green cordial again. Me and Daz drink green cordial all day now. I've got him on the Tomb Green.
Hey, it's terrible. I think like 2 litres of the stuff.
I remember to fill the fridge up this afternoon. It was in drought mode.
Tell you what, you get so hot outside, and of course there was all the fires, quite a lot of smoke, quite dehydrated.
Didn't notice actually. Oh, whoa!
Oh no!
Why is that so? That is very white.
I think I've got the bottom of the egg. Right, it's a wildie. Because this was on. It was hard to pick which was the top of the egg.
So, right, that's the sack. Yeah.
So we might have to do a little bit of.
You got to take that back up and go the other end.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's all
too far in now.
Yeah, too far.
Try and do a rolly.
Yeah.
Chapman, g'day, mate. Hey, boys, sorry I'm late. What are we up to? Daz is actually performing. 2 albino peppers.
First time all year.
Couple of granite max earlier. He's going well. But the moonglow clutch, typical Darren, could not produce anything white again for the 14th year in a row.
Tell you what, that bitch is going to be massive.
It won't matter. She's been massive before.
She has, yeah, she has.
You have produced like ghosts and albinos from her, and
still of them. Yep.
Yeah, still cannot.
One
with what you want.
One white one she produced, remember, which died like day later.
Yes, I remember that a few seasons back. What's in the box?
What's in the box? That's a wild one.
Another egg sack.
Another wildie. There's a little head right there.
Still pretty wet, that one.
Yep.
Wildy wild. Hello, mate.
Hello. I'll leave him to carry on. Still got 4 more to go, Mr. Smith.
4 to roll, mate. There's one more albino pepper, surely. That egg looks trashed. Is it gone hard or is it still good? They get that real springy feeling like it's just all mush inside. Well, you know, Williams got your back, always does. Knew you had a few albino peppers left in you. Send one to my house now. You got to to Wayno. You got your own clutch coming up, mate. You will not be short, because I think I remember that being a decent sized clutch at your house, Mr. Williams.
The daddy one, which I thought from the feel of that.
Put it under the camera, so I can see it.
I'm trying to see myself.
Ew.
Yeah, but it didn't make it.
Take it off the camera, Daz.
Well, make your mind up, jeez.
Yeah, it's not a pretty one. Poor fella.
No.
Pretty well coloured up too. Look, almost made it. It's weird how some are wet, still absorbing, and that one's obviously been dry for days and gone, you know.
Yep. No comment.
What?
I was
reading a comment. Hang on. Show me again. I wasn't watching. I'm trying to watch the chat, man, because you're whinging so much about it. It's like a goddamn sook. It's albino. It's albino. Where is the head? Can't see much pattern.
I'm thinking it's just albino, but
fairly thick on the little bits I can see. Come on, come out. There's not that many places to hide inside an egg yet. Some of them just know exactly where to be, where you can't get.
They just tuck that head in between all their coils and they go, nope. And they just move it slightly this way, move it slightly that way.
It's like the greenish, but what will I wear? It's not coming out. That's the other end.
Yep, I think this is the right end here. Which it is. There it is.
Here he is.
He's like, no, I don't want to see the light.
It's too early. Go back to bed. Just show yourself, and then you can go back into bed.
Pretty sure it's just sitting on albino. Yep, there we go.
Now he's coming back up. Yep. Hello, buddy. Now he's decided, oh, yeah, there's air out there. I'll have a sniff at that.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Hey, mate. Welcome to the world, little fella. Is that bit of vein stuck around him, or is that just sitting on his body to the right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of that shit.
Yeah, that's right. It's fine.
Nice albino, though. Going well, the albs, mate. They're kicking it. Albs everywhere.
It's nice to actually have some coloured stuff.
Very good, very good. Adam, we'll come back to Adam's question after we finish cutting on Dream Morse. Mr. Galea on a roll, mate. Congrats. My recent purchase might need an albino partner, Daz.
Yes.
Daz probably got one. Whether he'll part with one is the problem with Mr. Whittaker, the hoarder. I've got too many snakes, but I'm keeping back 74. So that come out.
I do not understand why you think that's a problem.
I get the same questionnaire. Oh, that little very light on the side, but yeah, underneath it. Yeah, I get the same questioning off my wife. I see all the silver stickers you put on. Where do you think they're going to live? I don't know yet.
They're going to go into the facility.
But I've got 18 months to work it out, so I'll sell something, don't you worry. You said that last year. But they're all still in there. I just keep filling the adult room to the brim. So there's a spare tub as a holding tub. That's it. That's all she needs. I think she just doesn't like the adult room full, but it's never not going to be full.
Yeah.
Very darky.
Yep, very wetty.
It must be nearly at the end. Is this the last or one more?
This is the last one.
This is it?
Just a wildie in there. Interestingly, all the albs and no peppers.
Not a single pepper except 2 albino peppers.
Which I will happily take.
Yes, if you had to have 2 peppers, let them be albino.
Yeah, and a couple of the others I've hatched out. Finally, I actually have 2 albino pepper males that I've hatched out.
Oh, my goodness, Darren.
So, now the original one that I originally first produced is oh no, where's my F10? Is tiny because he has no tongue or tongue flicker. There it is, which isn't good. So he's been a real problem ever since he hatched. But
he still ate fine, didn't he? I remember you saying you're worried whether he'd have any ability to even sniff food or chase pheromones on females, you know?
Yeah, he kind of he eats. Okay, why are you not spraying?
Don't mind me, I'm just going to the bar.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, he takes a while for him to realise it's food.
And then just eats it. What do you do? Just sit it in the tub?
Yeah, if he wraps on it, that's good because you can wrap on it and you just leave him when you go. Rarely does he ever strike. Like,
wow.
You put it in front of his nose, the tongue doesn't go at all, nothing happens there. He comes up, you rub the rat on his, you rub the rat on his body, and of course he will push his push up against it, which seems to get him quite stimulated to want to eat. And then the main goal I find is to get him to wrap on it. If I can get him to wrap on it, he'll happily eat it. So
yep, I often find that, with feeders where you're trying to get them to launch, getting them just to turn their head and grab something in the start of that wrapping motion is often enough that the instinct just kicks in and they just erupt into a full-blown roll, That's half the battle. How do you go with the girls when you put him in? Obviously, he's not going to be around sniffing the backs of them, but did he explore the tubs or, sniff around much like they all seem to do, the boys, when they go somewhere new?
Well, I put him in with a girl this year for trial reasons because I actually did not expect him. He's not big either. He'd be sub 1 kilo. Like, he struggles to eat a small rat. So he's certainly not a big animal.
Not a monster.
No, and yeah, he was. I only put him with one female this year, and
Yep.
he managed to sire that clutch. So, which obviously, knowing what hatched out, actually proved that he was the father as well. So,
Yes.
so that was good. So,
That
even
was
though
excellent clutch too, I must add.
I'm not saying what the clutch was,
It was to a wild type.
yeah, and yeah, so there was no. Often you'll see the males; they'll tongue flick the females and spur the girls. I saw nothing at all, and I actually thought that he just wasn't able to possibly sense the female or smell the female without the tongue flicker. But obviously, whatever is there aside from that was enough to get him to do the job. So he will have.
He worked it out.
He worked it out. Yeah, I just paired them up and left them and separated and left, and I never paired him with anything else, and just let them do their thing. And yeah, as you probably remember, Brent, I sent you photos of look, ovulation and thing, and the question
working.
Yep, whether he would prove to have actually sired the clutch, which down the track,
It's questionable. Yep.
Yep, that did happen, and we did. He was, there's no doubt he was the father of the clutch.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was very, very happy that he's doing the job. But being small, I don't really want to push him to do a million things. So,
No, we talked about that small sperm tank. That's probably a good thing you paired him with one and didn't try and push him too hard and waste other females if he couldn't get the job done.
Yep. So next year, I might let him go to 2 girls, but obviously one in priority over the others. So next year.
Another look at what we came to see. That's a beautiful pattern, isn't it?
Yep.
Brindy Winter, g'day. What are we looking at here, gentlemen? Tell them what you found, Daz. What'd you find in the clutch?
I find 2 albino peppers.
Show us the other one beside it. I want to see them both.
I was very, very happy.
Yeah, very good odds for a 1 in 16 chance to pull 2 out of 20s. Very good considering Darren Whittaker's odds of normal.
Yep.
What species did say Darwin Cross MD Murray Darling? 50-50 job.
So there we go. Just
Your head up. That one's got a bit more colour on the top, hasn't it? On the nose, it looks like. Garth Rankin in the house. Hello, Garthy boy. Or Fazy. Yes. Or the other one who slips in under Garth occasionally. There we have it, eh? 2 beautiful albino peppers.
Yep.
I don't know how many times in your life you've had 2 to show up under a camera like that from a clutch, does?
Yeah, but nah, mate.
But nah. There was one earlier. Didn't you get a couple in that other clutch earlier?
I did. I got 3 in one clutch, but one was very small and weak. I don't know.
That's right. Yep. Did it perish?
Yeah, it did perish. I kind of figured it would do, but you never know.
The 2 runners though, and these 2 look strong. They're nice and fat, and blowing bubbles. They're doing all the right things.
The ones that are hatched out are nice, good, strong, solid animals too. So, give me a foundation for some future breeders.
Absolutely. Garthy said, yes, it's Faye. Well, what a surprise. Old Fazy. Hello, Fazy. Yes. Big storm here. It's probably Frank just running around on the floor.
Yeah. Well, that little stripe he's got beside his eye there.
That's cool, isn't it? It's like an extra V, bands up around the nose as well.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So bright on the top, isn't it? That's, when I look at that, you just go sun glow, because it's so orange, but
easy to think that.
Much more orange than the other one on the top of the head. The other one's very pinky.
Yep. Big difference.
Love the eyes. Love those eyes. Well, Roberts, congrats.
Thanks, mate. Oh, he's talking on the camera. Hello.
Mitch,
congrats. Are you my mummy?
Oh, the poor thing if it thinks that. God. Don't worry, mate. That's not your mum. Not even your dad.
No, someone that will exploit your genes.
He's fluid. Don't worry. He's nothing.
Something right out
Peter
here.
Staten. Beautiful.
Very happy.
Faye says, congratulations, Dazza.
Thanks, Faye. All right. Oh, happy about that. For once,
Excellent result, mate. Excellent result.
Yeah.
How many more of those you got tucked
Couple
away
of-
this year you didn't tell me about?
Sorry,
How
What?
many more?
can't hear you what?
More did you hide from me of those clutches?
Albino. None. Is that the right answer?
7. No, it's good. I'm glad you had a few more up your sleeve. I thought you might have been out of albino peppers, but it looks like they're still coming strong, which is always nice after years of waiting.
Shh, I'm not finished yet. There's another clutch to come.
Shh. But wait, there's more. What, another one tonight, or that's it for tonight?
That's it for tonight. But I have the striped pepper albino clutch. So that striped albino boy, my pinstripe albino boy, he went over a pepper a few years ago, and the kids, there was a few which I held back, which had striping as well. They had some had almost a full dorsal stripe, and they kind of sat there, with everything else going on. They kind of didn't get a run, and this year I thought, you know what, I'll just put one pair together. And she produced a nice little clutch.
As they do sometimes for a one-off random shot.
Yeah, so I'll switch the screen over in a sec. Sorry, don't want to watch me left-handing my hands and cleaning stuff.
Yeah, nice scissors, mate. Yeah, beautiful.
Do you like them? This is a tool display, and if anybody wants to see a close-up of a tool, I can do that for you. Oh, sorry. Who's a comedian?
You're good tonight.
There we go. On fire tonight.
Dazzy's the pin daddy. He is indeed. Phil Corbin. Hello, Phil. Phil, congrats, mate.
Thanks, buddy.
Richard, good work, mate.
Thanks, Rich. Let's dry this stuff off. And
Faisy, have you cut the max yet? What happened in the max, Darren?
I have Faye. You can't come here late like Gaz Langley does normally, and you just start throwing out your demands.
Go back and show us what was in there. Are they just there?
Well, just here. Hang on a second. Let me just. Of course, Faye's here, and the Santaresia. I better get out some special
Viva. Some Viva.
because you know what Faye likes. She likes a bit of Viva.
Las Vegas.
There
She
it
loves
is.
the king. She's
Faye
a king lover.
loves the king. Absolutely.
She loves the king, possibly more than Garth, but I doubt more than Frank. If I had to put the king in some place on the pecking order.
Frank, I'll put that lid on. We don't want things going where they're not supposed to.
Does organising everything. Perfect planning as always.
Yeah, of course. It was kind of rushed. We're never rushed here, are we? No.
No,
It's like
always on time, never rushed.
I think it was like after it was like 20 to 7 or something. Like, did you feel like you're doing a show? Yeah, I'm like, oh, panic station.
Yeah, let's go now. What's in the box?
40 minutes to have dinner and everything else. There you go, Faye. Look. Granite.
Granite. And then what's in the egg? Show Faye what's in the egg.
What's in the egg with the dots?
A spotted egg with a spotted python. Ooh-wee. I reckon that one's going to be an absolute cracker. That one will be one of those really light exploded ones. Really faint patterning.
I hope so. The other one you'll probably see, it's hard to pick up. The other one's actually quite light if you compare it to like the Max. So, wild typies.
Yeah, very nice.
So very happy with that.
Very good, Darren. Produced the magic tonight. I'm proud of you.
I have some plans for them as well, obviously.
Of course. More holdbacks.
More holdbacks. Yay. That's how I roll. You know that, right?
The holdback Wildy master.
Holdback. That's it. Wildy. It's just a habit. Like every time I touch something like F10 normally. Oh, I can feel that Viva paper towel. Oh, hang on.
Beautiful, isn't it? How effective is it for a single sheet clean, eh?
For a single
sheet. See, that's the wavy pad. That other stuff was shit. I was scared about the circles on that other stuff. I thought it was shit. What it was. There's the proper Viva wavy pattern.
Yeah, that's it there. What's on there?
You lied to me.
I was sneaky. I was a wee bit sneaky.
Faye said, hers died. Can she have a granite? You'll give her one, Daz, won't you? You're a good boy. You've got two.
I'm sure we can work something. I'll have to see what sexes they are first.
Check the six. Check the six.
Yes. Well, actually, I put the heck granite over one of my blondes this year, so I got a few. That was awesome. They hatched out like lovely. Some really nice lighter coloured Max, and thinking great. All I need is a couple of 50% POS het girls to throw back over the 100% het boy. I think it's sweet. Only a small clutch of 7, and me in my usual typical fashion gets 2 girls and 5 males. Win.
6 odds master.
Yep. If it's not wild types, it's a PP fest.
Just when I need a 2.4 to hold back, what do we get?
Yep.
5.1.
Yes. Anyway, what do we do? What do you do? That's the way it goes.
Kylie Southwell, my first clutch is due to pip in 7 days. Am I better off cutting them or leaving them? What are they, Kylie? Ants or carpets? And 7 days out, I'd probably leave them. Depends on the look of the egg. If they're very sucked in, maybe cut in a couple of days. If they're nice and full and round looking, I would be leaving them, depending on temperature. They may need 7 more days. So if they're cooking at 31 or 31 and a half, they won't be far away, whatever they are.
Yep. Yeah, I've always had the method of wait till the first head pokes out and then pip the rest. At least you know something's ready.
Jag, head albino, by Super Zeb. Yep. Carpet stuff, I would probably wait if you're taking 60 days, 31 and a half, good cooking temp. They won't be far away. That's 53 in. It's probably 2 or 3 more days away. I wouldn't be stressed on it. It's more like days don't really matter. It's you learn to read the egg, how they look. If they're sunken in and look like they've started well absorbing, you're getting massive condensation on the lid from huge gas exchange, then they're close. But like Dad said, it's one pips. It's time to go. And even then, as we saw in a couple of clutches you cut earlier this year, Daz, you can cut one that's dry and absolutely screaming out of the egg, and another clutch, another egg in that clutch will be wet as, it's just the other end of the tub that has not quite got there yet.
Yep. If you actually do your first cut and albumin comes out, just do a small slit.
Yep.
You don't have to cut a window in it. I mean, the idea is by cutting the slit, you'll have just a opening for the snake, and as it rubs its head around, it'll suddenly find a hole, and out its head will come. It just gives it a little place to get out if it's trying to get out and having a struggle. So I normally cut just a little V or a half moon and gentle peel back, but leave it closed. As soon as they're ready to hatch, they'll come out when they're ready.
Yeah, I'll push past it. Johnny said she's lost a couple to mould. A couple have started to sink in. Yeah, mould's a funny thing. They go bad inside out, so it's not generally conditions on the outside that make the mould unless you're not airing them. They need air, something we've talked about, Daz. We've got a couple of people with airing out problems. As much as we say leave eggs alone, they will not survive without oxygen. So I open my stuff morning and night because I'm a little bit overkill paranoid. I run sealed egg boxes, so morning and night for me, pull the lids off, give it a quick fan. Sometimes when there's condensation, they get a wipe, but they definitely need at least once a day and open up and air out, or mold can come.
And if you find that's a struggle, you can put holes in it. So for me, sometimes it's a bit difficult. It's normally my wife checking the stuff, so I just have four little holes I solder iron, which you can see. This little lid here.
Daz is busy off doing all his media commitments a lot of the time. He doesn't get to check his own eggs.
You can see it's just little holes in that one. There's little 6 little holes. So with the holes, if you don't want to have holes, it's a simple case of just put a bit of tape over it.
From the inside, the tape. So tape on the outside, then you get a snake stick to it from the inside. It's never pretty.
Yep. So you can just, well, the hole's too small for a snake to get in anyway. They're only tiny little couple of mil holes. But yes, if you're going to do that, put it on the inside. But yeah.
Yep. Kylie's saying I've been airing them out every 3 or 4 days. That's a stretch at the end, Kylie. That's certainly what Richard said. First 30 days leaves them alone. In the early part, there's not a whole lot going on. There's not as much gas exchange you can get away with. I still do. I would not let anything go past 2 days, even in the early part. Just since I'm in the incubator, I just open them all up. All my lids just sit on top of the tubs. They're not actually latched shut, so it's just easy to give it a little flap sometimes, or just slide it off and fan it and put it straight back in. So. But 3 to 4 days, I'm scared. It's a long time, Collie. In my book, I am paranoid if I'm even doing 24 hours in the late stages of
late stages. It's crucial. Air exchange is crucial. I learned that, as I've told Brent, I learned that lesson the hard way with an entire clutch.
Yep.
So I clutched of albinos in one of those big tubs back there, and I couldn't get in. They hatched one afternoon. I aerated the tub, did whatever I need to. Couldn't go to work the next day to check them. And the following day, they were all dead. So it was, within 24 hour sort of period, they'd gone from, afternoon Monday and, they'd all suffocated. So that was when, because I was the same as you, mate, I used all sealed tubs and used to aerate every day.
Yeah.
And after that, I went, I'm not going to have that again, because you never know what's around the corner. You check them every day, but something happens. You don't get there to check the eggs for whatever reason, which is what happened to me. Having those air holes in it just gives you that little bit of a safety barrier. So
definitely, depending on your circumstances, because you were at the disadvantage, your eggs weren't at your house, then so you have to travel to get there, and I only have to walk in my yard before and after work to deal with it. So some days, it's chaos, and you get home, and I'm like, oh man, I got to go to the shed and just air eggs. It's 5 minutes, You just got to do it. I normally do it straight as I get home from work, so it's done. And then if I sit down and fall asleep, doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yep. I'm lucky. Ness normally it's the most exciting time for her because she likes to find the heads peeping first. Yep. So I normally get home and she's like, "There's 2 clutches," and she does it morning and night like you. So this morning she gets up, she goes, "There's 2 clutches peeped. Come and have a look." And I'm like, "Oh, right,
check them out.
Yeah. So I'm like, cool. So, but yes, definitely aeration.
It's the best time of year. Brendan Young, hey, Des, after our chat the other day, I had 4 babies survive.
Oh, nice. It's good. Better some than none, mate.
It is
always good. Yeah. Little things. It's all right to have, spend a big and have all the snakes, but, experience is a lot too.
You've got to get the basic stuff right. That's why, sometimes people sort of think you're not being so nice when you say don't go too big too soon, doing 10 clutches in a year, first times. You've got so much to learn, and simple things that seem simple that you don't do right can cost you dearly. It's a very fast learning curve when things go bad in big numbers, So if you master it with 2 or 3 clutches, then roll it out, Go 10, then 20, then 50 like Daz does. It's go all out, but you got to get the systems right and refine it. What works for you? I do it different to Daz. Daz will do it different to the next bloke. Everyone has their own systems that suit their needs, their lifestyle. So find what works for you, and when you get the good success rate, then sure, you've got your system down. You can do big numbers then and not be stressed about you're not sure what's happening because that works. It's just a matter of rolling it out every year.
Yep. There's plenty of ways to do the same thing.
Exactly.
So
plenty of right ways, but there's some definite wrong ways that will destroy anybody's system.
Yes, correct. You know, when you look into the incubation substrates, you know, I just use a trickle of water in mine now because it's easy and convenient. You know, used to use a substrate, don't you, Brent?
Substrate on what?
In your incubation tubs.
Yes, underneath, like it's suspended over, yes.
Yeah, underneath the tray.
Yeah,
So,
vermiculite and water, 50-50, like it's mud. It's absolutely wet as mix.
Yep. So, you know, there's all different ways. I used to do it vermiculite by 50-50 by weight, 500 grams of thing to water, and mix that up, and then I would sit the eggs in it, and then I went, this was many, many years ago, then I went to a dry bed of perlite sitting on top, and the eggs would sit on the perlite on top of the vermiculite, and that worked very well. And then I've tried the crystals. Didn't like the crystals. I actually had snakes die on that stuff, so I stopped using that. Not during the incubation process, that seemed fine, but what I would find is if you weren't there, once again, snakes would get in, whether they're dehydrated, thirsty, or whatever, but for some reason it was like they get in that kind of sloppy mix, whether they would accidentally drink some or tongue flick through it and absorb some, I don't know, but I had quite a few dying for unknown reasons, and I put it down to that stuff, and that kind of fixed that problem. So once I stopped using it, so now I just use water, simple, clean,
straight water.
Effective. Yep,
suspended with mesh. Yep,
just a little, as you probably saw in the anthoresias there. I just had some egg crate type stuff, a couple of pieces down and another piece on top, and just a little dribble of water in the bottom, just enough. So. But once again, there's a whole heap of different ways you can do it. They all still work.
Yeah, definitely.
You said there was a question or something someone had before. You said you'd come back to or something.
Yeah, way back down, way back. Yeah, 74. Adam, what's your dream morph yet to come? What's your dream snake, Darren?
I don't know, really.
Something that doesn't exist or something we haven't made yet?
Well, I think the next, I guess, evolutionary step for what I have produced would be, after hatching them out last year, would be granite peppers. I think that would be the next cool thing for me. The next stage, I think that would be the next step. And
exploratory.
Yeah, and then obviously, you know, once you kind of see that, adding other genes to that as well, you know, pepper granite xanthe, pepper granite albino, pepper granite zebra, you know, pepper granite zebra jag. You know, there's plenty of options and things up there. But for me, I think the pepper granites would be the next cool thing to see. Something that's not been done. So, you know, I mean, a lot of the other combos have been produced overseas, you know, like I know it's cool to make our own out here, you know, like I know
it's where they come from, which is Australia, we're the home of the carpet python after all.
Yep, you know, like for Brent, personal goal was Ghost Granites, and he was lucky to get a few crackers, which was good. So just, you know, just because it's the first one you ever make doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be a personal goal, I suppose. But for me, it's to see something new that's not been seen before. That's, you know, well, first or not, it doesn't really worry me. But just seeing something that no one else has produced is the exciting thing. And that might not necessarily be myself that makes it. You know, I might not be lucky with odds. Someone else might be. So, but yeah, just to see it would be cool.
It's very cool. So that's the thing of, you know, there's always something else for another 2 or 3 years down the track. It'll be something cool to see, something different, you know, that keeps it interesting every year.
What about you, Brent? What would be for you?
I don't know. Like you said, Ghost Granites was all I was chasing for a decade, so now I really don't know. Like everyone's piebald. Someone please make piebalds. It's or melanistic carpets, something that's a true black, you know, or proper recessive. Melanistic would be beautiful as well. But I don't know. I'll have to make a new list, I suppose. But certainly all the things you talked about, and I guess we're still in that stage, I think, of the whole carpet world's trying to mix every possible gene together. So that'll be the race, you know, for the next 5 to 6 years, but I'm not too much worried about the race. I'm more worried about trying to just make the good animals, in wherever direction you're going. It's nice to be first, but there's no prize to be first. And then you end up going, I probably should have used this animal or waited for this one to make them and done something better with the line. So now it's a case of refining a lot of the existing combos for me. So certainly things that are there, trying to get certain traits out of coloration and stuff into other recessive genes. So it'll be years of making things that I just want to make myself, which is not going to be world first anything. So it's going to be
better quality,
this color in this pattern snakes,
100%.
So, and that's, I think everyone should. Hatching a world first is like, it's rare as shit, like Darren Whitaker hatched 47 in one season, but it just doesn't happen, like there's a new morphs and world firsts are just very, very, very rare, so it's everyone needs to, and it's everyone's dream, of course, but everyone needs to really pick where they want to be in the world and what they want to make and focus all their energy in that direction, because I feel like carpets are going to go like ball pythons in the States, where there's guys who specialize just in certain morphs and combos, and they're off in this own direction, and they don't even keep the other 2,000 morphs of ball pythons at all. They're not trying to be everything. They're just specializing in what they do. So,
100%. I think it's an aspect of keeping that seems to get overlooked, what you're saying, Brett, and that's polygenics. I think a lot of people just, they want, that gene and this gene, and, sadly you'll see people selling stuff, super cheap and, not necessarily the nicest looking animals, sort of thing. But it's just a combination of the gene. I think, you'll make it. But like you said, the long-term goal is, to make that same combination, whatever, let's say ghost granites for argument's sake, you could have ghost granites that are quite, let's say dark and not overly pleasing, sort of not.
You want the right xanthic, right,
and then,
light ghost and.
Yeah, and then you get a ghost granite that kind of looks like some of the white line stuff that I have that I'm working on. Where you got a really nice high white background and grey speckling or colouring and black dots or whatever, depending, and a big difference in quality. And that's, when you kind of chase those things, that's when people go, oh, there's a ghost granite. But I know you've done it yourself, Brent. Yeah, there's a granite. This is a granite. And people go, oh shit, that's awesome. Look how nice that is. It's like, yes, this is the goal of, when you want a granite, you want like that. It's like the peppers. There's tons of variation of pepper. You go back and look at the original pure peppers that I produced and that I still have, and they are absolutely stunning
compared to some of the mixed bud stuff that's around now. That's is it even a pepper? Like if you have to ask if it's a pepper, then it's not a good pepper. Sadly, it's
that's
truth
right.
of it. Back in the day when they were all pure stuff, it was like, damn, that's a pepper. Very unmistakable.
Yep, that's right, and that comes down to polygenics. People just grabbing what they can to make the gene, throw it into something else just to have what it is, and I don't know whether it's chasing the dollar so much, but it's just. The long-term goal. Where do you want that line to be in 10 years? Yeah.
Yep. You got to keep the best, sell the rest, refine it, and keep working on it. It's not just get one and move on to the next thing, It's years of work, which keeps it interesting,
Yep. So where are we with the comments, Mr. Smith? It's your duty tonight. Yeah.
Gaz Langley, I cooked a whole clutch last year, so this year they all have holes. Yeah, mate. It's... every breeder has made some bad mistake at some point in their path and destroyed things, sadly. So we can only learn from these horrible things that happen to us and try to, improve things going forward. So it's not always perfect world for breeding animals, sadly. So live and learn, refine the system.
That's it. Absolutely. Improve it each year.
Yeah, Richard, I use crystals as soon as I can cut the eggs. I put egg crate on wet paper towel, mainly to stop the need of fish snakes out if they get under the grate. Yeah, mate, I do the same. I pull out all the mix as soon as something pips, so they can't get down into that wet, sloppy mess. And just sit the grate on wet towel, and then once they're all out of the eggs go, and they just go under the wet towel for a week or so till I can set them up. So,
yep.
So you do much the same, Daz? You keep them till they shed in the tubs, don't you?
I do now, yeah. And normally, the reason I had issues before, like, you get up in the morning and you got to go to work, and you look at the tub and go, oh, there's one hatching. Yeah, no worries, I'll check when I get home. So you've left that tub, you go to work, you come back, that snake's out, sitting underneath in the substrate. Yep. So, it's all right if you're there and you've got the time to do it, but it's not always a thing. And that's why I went to simple water, and having a shallow amount of water means, they can go in there, they can swim around, doesn't matter, they can get back out. So, but yeah, I mean, look, that's ideal. And then once they come out, like all these ones, they'll just go on. Once I finish here, I'll go take them out, take all the trays out. I'll put some paper towel down, and I'll just let the snakes come out. And when they're out, I just put a water bowl in, and I just dampen the paper towel, because normally once they come out, they find they go through the water bowl and everything gets quite wet. And I normally leave them in there till they shed. I find setting them up individually, you constantly need to, particularly with the vision racks, they dry out very quick. And if you miss that first shed, it's a real bugger to get off them. You can get it off, but it's quite difficult. So I find by keeping them in the incubator in a tub where it's quite moist, when they're due to shed, they get it off straight away. And I set up a whole pile of hatchies over here behind me the other day, and I think half of them had shed, and I sat there and literally peeled the rest off the other ones. They were all at that point of shedding. And a little
very much ready.
Yeah, a little rub on the bottom of the jaw, and the skin peels off the top jaw, and then I shed them and set them up. So at that point, come up from nice and easy. So I just find it easy that way myself.
Definitely saves time. I use that sprayer thing you can see behind me there.
Yep.
That's hooked up to the big pumper.
A big pumper.
Makes sounds like a very bad sex toy. I'm sure the neighbours hear that very early in the morning and very late at night sometimes, and are like, what is going on in that little box over there?
Someone opened the door then going, oh, look at that.
Especially when I opened the granite ghost that had shed. I was like, oh my God, followed by that pumping noise. But yeah, I like them set up. I don't like leaving anything, that hatches out through the week. I set them up that weekend, and I sit there and pump that thing and spray sometimes 60 tubs. I prefer them to do them individually. I know it takes more time. I just like them in and set up and ready to go each weekend. I don't like them in the tubs more than a week, so probably makes more work for me, but that way I can sort of sex them and have them all ready and spray away until they do that first shed, and then move them, keep them on the Viva paper towel for that time. Once they shed, back onto the butcher's paper, and off we go with feeding trials the next weekend. So
a bit of Viva Las Vegas. Yep, there you go. Once again, more than one mate a skinny cat. So we're up to now, mate.
Absolutely. Daniel Boswell, g'day, mate. I'm sure
you've
got cracking clutches at your place, pipping out everywhere. Andrew Townend, what do you know about the new Pearl Morph Bredli? I don't know much about it, and I'm not sure that anybody has a whole lot of detail. I believe it's just a variation of stonewash, another gene mixed in maybe, but I don't know the whole story, so I can't say too much. I'll have to do some more research on that.
Yeah,
stunning looking snakes that I've seen pictures of, but I don't know
breeding history of it.
Recessive, incomplete, polygenic. I don't know what the pearl part of the stonewash is, so that one will need some more research in time.
Yep. Well, hopefully he'll come up with a little bit more information on what he's done to produce them and stuff like that, because I haven't read what he's actually done, so to speak, in terms of, other than saying this is that, but, like how many clutches were there, how many animals have been produced, and what pairings have produced them, that sort of thing, which
I'm sure there's history there. Like there must be a story behind, but it's the first I'd ever heard of it when I saw the poster note there. So, not everyone likes to share their whole story and what's going on, but I guess the first question everyone's going to ask is, what is it, how did it come to be, or what's been done to show what it is. So they're going to expect there's going to be questions. So
we shouldn't just believe because someone says it's blue. You shouldn't just believe it, should you?
No, that's what science is, and breeding is genetics, and it's science. You've got to prove the possible outcomes that can produce things without your theory. There's always an opposition theory to every science experiment. So, Samuel, why would you ask this question? Have we made any attempts for granite or pepper? Bradley. Oh, I thought it was going to be granite via pepper. Thank you. That wasn't the question I thought it was going to be. Because I did try granite pepper for a couple of years, and then Daz managed to get it done for us. I have managed to do granite to a Bradley, but I have no pepper in that mix yet. So I will, try and make some mixed blood granites with Bradley blood in them, and then I'm hoping to get some of that nice Bradley orange into granite morphs. There's some jag in there as well, and then try and get pepper in there. It's just such a long road trying to mix all that stuff in, because that red from Bradley seems to be working fantastically, much like the MD albinos into everything. So why not share the love?
That's it. Yeah, well, I've got the pepper into Bradley as well, so this year I'll give them a run. Been a bit slack with those guys, but they're plenty of size on them this year, so hopefully try and give them a crack and try to make some red peppers, so to speak, out of that.
They're ready for this season coming, are they?
Yeah, they're getting some good size on them.
Sure,
yep. They're probably ready for last season, but I just never paired them, so I didn't pair a lot of stuff last season.
You've seen some of the localities of MD that have that really reddish
the brown ones
speckling through it. I don't know what locality it is. They're what's the lady?
Some Queensland type ones. Yeah.
Kelly
Noack. Yeah.
She had some at a show once. Fantastic. Just that red color through just MDs. Just normal MDs. But you would hope that adding some pepper, adding some Bradley into that mix with pepper would be sensational. It's fantastic.
It's kind of the goal is to, going back to polygenic traits I was talking about before, that's where I want to take those things. So introducing those bread-like colours into a pepper pattern is kind of the goal, to try to make a breadly coloured pepper. Take a nice light coloured hypo breadlie and then take a really nice pepper. So you've actually got a true reddish, orangey reddish kind of silver pepper. No different to the jungles. Same thing. I've got a couple of big nice yellow jungle het pepper girls that I've produced.
Cool.
So, yep.
Be cool.
So
everyone hopes to get, that jungle yellow into other things, but some things just don't transfer well. We've seen jungle mix in certain things.
Yeah.
Hard to get that extreme line bred high yellow jungle to just transfer into another species,
Yep. Well, sometimes I wonder if people realise the amount of time and effort it takes to get there. Probably saw a post I made during the week with some of the jungle cross MD peppers that I've got, and they kind of got a really nice pastel yellow about them. They're actually, I was surprised that they turned out the colour they did. I was expecting them to be a lot worse with that, the grey influence of a Murray, so to speak.
Yeah.
But it's producing the first pepper from that, and hoping you get one that has that light yellow coloration. Yep. And then it's a matter of growing that animal up and then putting it back to the brightest yellow jungle again, making hets again.
Range we talk about.
Them up. Yeah, you start shrinking the range, so the only option you've got is bright yellow. Yep. So, the project alone, and the same with the breadlie, those projects alone are like a decade of work.
Exactly.
10 plus years of work to get it to where it needs to be.
Yep.
So, it's not like, I'll breed this together and look what I've got. It's like, no, for me, it's not a case of, it's a jungle pepper, so to speak. It's not going to be a jungle pepper until it's bright yellow and looks like a pepper pattern. So
pepper pattern with jungle yellow. So it takes time. That reduced pattern Bradley line I've worked on, that was just 4th generation, hopefully this year. That's so many years of work to try and get that look. It's just taken so long, and it's never ending. It's like you say, You pull the best ones, sell the rest, and go, okay, that's the next generation. Wait 3 years and go again. You know, it takes forever, but you can see a noticeable improvement every generation. So it's never ending. Like I think in time I can almost make a green Bradley, you know, eliminating more and more of that reddy color off them to get more of that green base coming up. So it's never ending. They're just Bradley, but that's the polygenics of it. You know, it can go forever.
Well, you keep line breeding for a specific trait, and it keeps getting better and better.
Yeah. Yep. Mr. Venom Staff talking about world first. Did you see progressive Pythons Australia albino Mac Marble?
What was Kurt drinking when he came up with that name?
He must have had a few beers and Marbino.
I was giving Marbinos out, mate.
Cool name. I guess it's comes with the territory, but Mac Marble. I know that project's been due to Kurt. It's taken a while. I actually thought we might have seen them sooner than now, since you know, both genes have been around a while. But these things, like we say, chasing that 1 in 16 is not always easy, especially in hand clutches where they're smaller. I know Kurt's had 2, maybe 3 years of trying to crack it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kurt, but I think it definitely has been one that just doesn't come easy. You know, look at Daz with white bloody snakes. You know, 5 years or something. It's me trying to do granite peppers, 3 seasons, nothing. You know, like you can miss, and suddenly 3, 4, 5 years are gone. You know, it's easier said than done sometimes.
Yep, that's it. But yes, very, very cool, guys. That's for sure. You know, it's good to see some of these projects that people have coming to fruition. Be interesting to see what it looks like as it gets older too. See how much influence the marble has in an albino. So
how much of that patterning comes through with the marble.
Yep, definitely.
Ryan Shepherd, world first is rare. There's not many remember it who made the first 6-gene animal, but they remember someone like Daz who founded a new morph, and that would be remembered. Yeah, true, mate. I think everyone remembers the OG of a line. You know, they're the original, but then there's going to be 20 different morphs come out of that line, and I don't know. Me and Daz have talked about this. People come up with names for combos of morphs. I don't know. I guess it's the first of something. You can name it if you like, but I don't think those things need a new name. You know, the pepper, the original, you know, silver pepper, that needs a name. It's the morph, you know. Once it's an albino silver pepper or an xanthic silver pepper or a ghost silver pepper, I don't know that they really need a new name, you know. Like
there's enough confusion with everything as there is, I think, you know.
I like just the name. It's an albino silver pepper, you know exactly what it is then. And if you call it a mop and bucket aisle 2, no one knows what it is, you know. Like, it makes it very confusing for everybody. So
you know, well, originally I thought way back when I first made the world first hats, Brent, I thought,
back in 08.
I thought about calling them like salt for something, you know, salt and, you know, pepper and salt, but I thought, no, just having, you know, I'm not a fan of giving everything names. Like, certainly if it's something new and unproven, it's a new mutation, by all means give it a name so it's recognizable, you know. You know, I remember having this discussion with Wayne Larks over the hypos, you know. I said, mate, give it a name. Don't call them hypos because it's very confusing. Yeah. You know,
that's the worst.
Give it a name to identify the gene. Yep.
Yes.
100%.
Yep.
And now we see how many people hypo caramel this what. So does it carry 2 genes?
And
does it carry 1 gene?
Add in hypo Bradley for fun, polygenic, which destroys everybody.
Yep, that's it. Or you're just saying hypo because the actual terminology of hypomelanistic means it's lacking dark pigmentation. Lacking pigmentation, so that can be deemed as anything. Like, it's a personal choice. Would class as something being, you know, hypo. So it's a very confusing word where I think if you can isolate a gene and prove that it is truly a genetically inheritable mutation, an incomplete dominant, recessive, whatever, then sure, give it a name because at least it's identifiable then.
Yeah,
you know?
Yep, definitely. Definitely. I think we're nearly done with the questions, mate. Richard, anyone know if someone has done reduced pattern diamond by reduced pattern diamond yet? Dream Snake there. Richard, you're talking about the stardusty looking things there, or just reduced pattern diamond? I think diamonds were done to death 10 years ago, and they seem to disappear. No one cared about diamonds for a long time, and now all of a sudden they're cool again because there's none around, and everyone thinks they're cool for a wild type.
Yep, that's how it changes.
Yes, mate. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's working with that stardusty stuff in Australia.
It's not a good line from what I hear. It's not very strong.
Well, they're in the wild. They're here in the Blue Mountains. There's been several sightings of them, and a couple of snake catchers posted them up, and the world goes nuts over them. It's beautiful animal. I don't know if probably someone has taken one, I'd imagine, and maybe working with it. I don't know, but I can't see them staying in the wild forever. If someone saw one, I imagine they would be very tempted to take it home. But I don't know of any that are out there in Australia. They're overseas, like there's certainly popped up in Europe. So maybe they'll come back through the magic portal one day, from over there before they come from here, being bred from wild stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? So what's all this state? Oh, I can't read. There's too much to read there.
Wayno, go to bed. Got a young bloke. Oh my God, Wayno, this is a novel. Looks up to me big time. Not sure why. Got to give me his first python. Good on you, mate. For his birthday present. Yep, it's always good to get the youngsters involved. And that is the end of the questions, Daz. How good was I on the comments tonight, Darren? Out of
a great improvement over the last effort. You actually read them.
Tonight was a 9.5 compared to a 1 last week. That's much better.
I suppose you get a 1 because you read the first page.
The first page.
And forgot to keep it scrolling.
Richard's saying the Stardust. Yes, I'll send you a pic. I'll say for years I've always thought that if anything could make pied-looking carpets. Yeah, mate, very possible. There's some weird links overseas. The guy, I can't remember his name, France or Germany somewhere, has some diamonds that he thinks could be pied. He's trying to prove them out. They're very small-looking markers on them at this stage. They're not the pied like we see in retics or ball pythons or anything like that, but it could be just an indicator or something going on with it. I've never heard of Stardust by Stardust, but actually it could be happening. I'm sure they were in Australia. They could be, mate. I don't know. I've only seen the wild sightings of them. I haven't seen anybody having good ones in captivity. I know Mitch Buckley was working on some cool diamond lines. I don't know if they're that same thing or not, though. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Stardust line over in the States is very strong. That's why you see most seem to be hit to visual sort of pairings and stuff like that. So
having some issues with them.
Yeah, I'm sure if they were, producing in any sort of numbers, there'd be a lot more around. They're certainly very cool, but I don't believe they're a very strong line. And we've seen similar stuff out here, whether it's actually the same or different, whether it's actually just a weird freak mutation that pops up here and there, not actually genetically inheritable. We see it in quite a few things. Sort of those ants that Steve Carruthers produces, they seem to pop up, but there's no genetic link to them.
Mosaics,
so to speak. Yeah, mosaics. It's kind of something weird going on there. But send the pics, Richard. Always keen to see, mate. That's for sure. So, but anyway, I think that would round us up for tonight. We've been going probably longer than I thought, which is probably good. It's good to have a chat and catch up with everyone. So, thanks for popping in, saying hello. So, anyone wants to continue on conversations with you, Mr. Smith, how do they get in touch with you?
KHP Reptiles on Facebook. Most people find me there, or Brent Smith on Messenger. This time of year is hectic, I must say. So if you're messaging me, please be patient. Or through the day, sometimes it's out of control. So I can certainly get back to you within the same day at some point. And Mr. Darren Whittaker.
Yeah, Morelia by Design or Darren Whittaker on Facebook Messenger. Yep, same. I don't get as much FaceTime on the computer as what Mr. Smith does, but I will try to get around whenever I can. It's a hectic time of year for us because things are hatching. We're trying to get babies feeding, and there's a ton of work. Like feeding is over the top. Like so,
Trying to feed Antaresia. Oh.
and you're trying to feed all the adults up for next year as well. So
I'd rather be doing that than feeding the ants. Trust me.
Yeah, I'll try to get Nest to do all them for me. So
send her over.
What we should do is do a week-to-week swap. Send your wife to clean all my shit. My wife can go there and get your shit feeding.
You go feed, you go clean. What a dream that would be, eh?
Hey, just swap. Yeah, that's it. That'd be the way to go. But anyway,
what a turn on its head when they showed up for that wife swap, episode, thinking that we were going to do a wife swap, and then we pulled that stunt on them.
We'd be happy. And all we have to do is feed adults. Yes.
Yay.
Couple hundred extra large double rats every week. Here we go. Yeah.
Be fantastic.
All right, everyone. Well, we might be back for another show. There's some other stuff coming, but if we don't, everybody be safe on the roads over Christmas. If you're going away, take it easy. There's plenty of cops around. I see them every day driving about. So be safe, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if we don't see you beforehand. So thanks for dropping in, and we will see you again soon. Night, guys.